listening to the LOZ Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the LOZ Podcast Network. My name's Ken Lawler. I'm your host. You might be watching us in the LOZ app. You might be listening to us on KRMS radio on Saturday mornings from 10 to 11. We call that the Simulcast. We love the Simulcast. We love the people over at KRMS. You can also find any of their stations in the app. You can listen with one tap. But it's a great collaboration. And so whether you want to listen to us or watch us, you have all those choices. Today, we are lucky to have Michelle and Michael Lasson, Flat Branch. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing great. How are you?
We're doing very good, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So, we have you guys on the show fairly frequently because you're the experts here at the lake in lending. You understand this market. You know what's going on. We're in the springtime, so a lot of people have probably already bought or are getting close to finishing, but there's also a lot of action out there right now because there's definitely some inventory. I know the condo market is kind of stirred up here, and so people are out there looking. Tell us a little bit about when it comes to condos, it's a little different, isn't it? Particularly at Lake of the Ozarks.
It is a little different. Some of the rules that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac created a few years ago was based on, the East and West Coast, not necessarily, Central United States, but we still have to follow all the same rules. We have to verify that they have proper reserves, that they're using their reserves, that they're spending it on capital improvements. There's no litigation. There's no structural issues. There's a lot we have to verify. Make sure the budgets are in line. Make sure, decks and bylaws are in line, that they're not allowing, to be operating as a hotel. You could do the nightly rentals, but they don't want it to operate as a hotel. There's a lot.
Yeah, and there's a lot just at the lake on, different condo projects. I know, everyone's got, it's not just a condo, right? You have docks, you have the whole dock system at these condos. There's HOAs, there's pools, there's, all
Garages.
the different things. Yeah,
A lot of
garages.
common elements that we have to make sure are properly insured.
Yeah. So, that's why I tell people all the time, you got to use local expert, they got to use people like you guys that understand this market because it's so different. And so many things are not, if you buy a condo in one of the big cities in Missouri, it's not the same as buying a condo at Lake of the Ozarks.
Right. That's true. And as we were prepping for this, I told you that I didn't want to do anything negative. So I'm going to say something real positive. Use local lenders. It just makes sense. The out-of-town lenders do not understand our condo market, period. So they're going to deem something not worthy, not lendable, not in guidelines set by Fannie and Freddie, which truly they are, because we understand the market. We know what to look for, what to grab, and what to send to my underwriting team to make sure that we get these things approved.
We've had a lot that our out-of-town lenders have said, oh, they allow nightly rentals. It's a condotel. They're not approved. That's not it at all, and we've gotten them approved.
And then they've gone in as far as going on the Fannie Mae website and say that they're not warrantable, and that ruins it for all of us. Now, Fannie Mae will allow us to fight them on that. We just got to prove it. It just creates more work.
Well, and I think it's interesting. You guys were telling me there's several deals you have done where they've been told, sorry, can't do it by an out-of-town lender, and you guys get the deal done, and it actually wasn't that big of a deal. They just didn't understand the rules and the regulations and kind of what it took. But you guys do this every day, so for you guys, it's nothing. You understand the market,
right? And we have a condo review team that's just out of this world. They look for everything you're supposed to, but they also tell us what we're going to need. And then my wife and my boss and a couple others on the team, all they do is condo stuff. They look, they keep the records, so we're good to go for the next one. And they're working very hard, that particular team, to get all these condos approved.
Well, and I know Michelle is known in the industry of having her little Bible of condos. So she is kind of the guru in the market. You have people that call you from other companies that are, looking for information on a particular condo because they know you keep that Bible, right?
Oh, yeah. I've had that Bible for 25 years now. So I keep updating it every time I do a new one.
But our own company, it's spread around throughout our own company of loan officers throughout, the country. If they're doing condos, call Michelle. She'll help you. She gets phone calls all the time from people inside our company.
And Flat Branch is doing quite a bit to incentivize, people to help them out. I know you guys have the Community Champions program where, you could be a teacher, a first responder, current military, police, fire. There's a whole list of community champions. But tell us what happens if you're a community champion. What do you qualify for?
If they're buying their primary home, they can qualify up to $1,000 grant from Flat Branch for community champions toward their closing costs. So it doesn't, we don't build that in anywhere. We don't sneak it in like some other lenders do, but it's just Flat Branch is honoring the people in those industries with a credit.
Yeah, and that's a Flat Branch deal. It's not like that's a national program or anything. That's something the Flat Branch has decided they're gonna do and they're gonna participate with.
The other thing we have, it's called flex funds. And if they qualify, it's for if they're in the median income guidelines for their area that they're buying in, they can get up to a $4,000 grant from Flat Branch. And it's just a Flat Branch program. It's something that our company feels strong about helping first-time home buyers get into their new homes.
You have to be a first-time home buyer for the Flex product, but not for the Community Champions. But both are for Bromrite homes only.
And you can get $4,000 credited back. That's huge. I mean, that's some real money, and
it is.
that's got to make a big impact with a lot of those people.
It does, and it helps because a lot of first-time home buyers, they're young families. They're working just like the rest of us, paycheck to paycheck usually, and that helps with closing costs. So.
Yeah, I mean that's an amazing amount of money to be able to utilize. We're talking with some of the realtors. We talked with Susan Ebling earlier on the show, and she was telling us that the condo market is one that's kind of breaking loose right now. There's some deals out there. There's things going on, but you don't want to go into that arena without a pre-approval, do you? I mean, you want to show your best foot forward when you're out there looking to buy. And I think we've talked about it before on shows. One of the best ways to do that is to get pre-approved so that the sellers know that you're not an issue when it comes to getting closed.
Absolutely. And that's the same as with whether you're buying a house or a condo. You want to be pre-approved before you make an offer, because most of the offers come in and they're not pre-approved. But if your offer comes in and pre-approved, who do you think the seller's going to go with? Number one. Now, on condos, we have two parts. We have the part where we're approving the client, the buyer, and then we have to approve the condo. So to know what you're looking at and let us look and see if we've done an approval on that condo, it's got to meet guidelines. We got to make sure the condo meets all the Fannie Mae guidelines of what's called a warrantable condo. Warrantable is just a status that means it meets the guidelines set by Fannie and Freddie.
And that's the kind of stuff that you guys know because you're local experts. I mean, if you go to somebody out of town, they're not going to know any of these condos that are approved or not approved. They're not going to understand that. They're not going to understand how to work a particular dock into a deal. I mean, there's so many different things that go along with getting these deals put together. And like you said, maybe there's a garage, a dock, all that included in this loan. It just stacks up, and you have to understand the market. Tell me, from your guys' standpoint, if I still want to get in for the season and I want to find a place and get closed, I mean, how fast can somebody actually get a loan closed these days?
It honestly depends on how quickly they get their application and get us the documentation they need. But we can close them. Most of them we're doing in less than 30 days, but we've been known to do them in about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So there's still time for people who might be out there looking. If they're using a local expert like you guys, you can get them. Because, I mean, let's face it, the season is almost here.
Almost here.
It's here, but we always say the official season is probably Memorial Day.
Yep.
Right. But we got one today that's actually closing in 24 days. So we'll get it done. We committed to getting it done, and we'll get it done.
But if people are out there and they want to get in by July 4th, that's something that's very doable.
Oh, absolutely. For the next couple of days, we can get you in by Memorial Day.
Yeah. I mean, and that's
but
amazing.
That's fastly approaching. So,
and you're not going to get that done with an out-of-town lender.
No.
I mean,
oh, heavens no.
Absolutely not.
No way.
The other thing with an out-of-town lender is if they run into a roadblock, they're more than likely just going to, sorry, we can't do that, and kick you down the road. Whereas this is our market. We're going to do everything we can to figure out a way to get you in your property, even if there's an obstacle.
Yeah, you guys don't let a deal go. I mean, it's rare that you walk away from something. I mean, you know, you guys are going to fight to the very bitter end to try to get somebody done.
And that's the good thing about our underwriters and our managers. They have the same mindset. They want to help get the deal closed. They don't want to just decline a file.
Yeah, this company does not like to decline files at all. And we really love the fact that if my underwriter is having a problem, she's going to reach out to another underwriter or maybe even a manager to review it and see if they're missing something, if they're just not in the game at that moment. And we've had a lot of deals that another manager's looked at and listened to us, and we've gotten them approved because an underwriter didn't understand something. That's what we love about this company. They're willing to listen to us, the people that are in the field.
Well, we got a few minutes left, and I do want to touch on the fact that we just had the Magic Dragon Street Meet down on the Strip. And Mike, I know you sit on the board, on the committee for that, for the Lake Area Chamber. What an awesome, awesome event. You guys did an amazing job of we were down there we were broadcasting live on Saturday. Thousands and thousands of people, grandparents, parents, kids, all enjoying the same thing. You guys got to be just so happy with how that turned out.
I am definitely a small egg on that committee. You know, I'm just up and coming on it. I've learned a lot. There's a couple of people, there's 3 or 4 people that are just very instrumental in that. Again, I sit on the committee and I've learned a lot, and I volunteer my time. But yeah, overall, everyone is very pleased with it. Of course, with anything, you have a couple things that you're not happy with, but overall, the attendance was amazing. The weather was amazing. The food was great. The attendance was just amazing. And the participants all the way around, it was just great.
Yeah, kudos out to you and Morgan and everybody over at Lake Area Chamber that puts that thing on, because it's a huge event. It's the kickoff to the season. I think it's one of the coolest events they do every year because it's a family event. And I think the Strip benefits from more family events like that. And I think it's just awesome that you guys brought it there.
One thing I want to add before we finish up, you know, real estate right now is hot. It's really, really busy. So now is a great time to get into the condo that you want. Start your life here at Lake of the Ozarks, your second home life. And it's just, now is a great time.
Well, there you have it, guys. And if you need to find them, all you do is go in the LOZ app, go look under the lenders, and you'll see Team Lasson, Flat Branch. They'll help you. They'll get you pre-approved. Guys, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you coming on the LOZ Podcast Network, and we'll see you real soon.
Ken, thank you again, and thank you, LOZ Podcast, for everything.
All right, everyone. We will be right back after these words.